Look who decided to come to dinner!
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Wait, no, I haven't. This is my goddamn motherfucker now.
Yo, what up, though? You had another episode of So You Wanna Talk, man. You see, I got my boy Mike Jones in this bitch, cold in the motherfucker with the t-shirt on. But you know, I got the motherfucking, the company gear on today. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna need one of them goddamn hoodies.
You gonna get one, most definitely. Most definitely.
In fact, now I think about it, before the show started, I meant to ask you if you had another one so that we could both rock them bitches.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, that's
Not
cool.
yet.
We gonna get there, though. We gonna get there.
We're definitely gonna get there. This is just the first design, which is just, you know what I'm saying, the So You Wanna Talk patch on the front, So You Wanna Talk patch on the back, with the tags on there, so motherfuckers will know where the fuck we coming from, where the fuck we lie, where the fuck we stand. You know what I mean? All those good different things. Because you know what I know? One thing I do know.
What's that?
You don't know how to stand until you learn how to sit. You don't know how to walk till you know how to crawl.
Hey, you know what that remind me of? That remind me of the one shit. What you telling me about a metaphor? Something to do with pancakes.
You goddamn right.
But bottom line is, it ain't right until it's right.
Yeah, it's patience. Patience is motherfucking key, man.
Yes,
Patience
indeed.
is key. And on this episode, mind you, side note, I just want to say, my boy Shaman, Shay Black, I'm going to give you a shout out on this episode, bro. He was doing a podcast. It's nice, man. It's real nice, man. I listened to a couple episodes, man. I really feel, you know what I'm saying, what the boys is doing over there. They doing some good shit, man. They talking some real good shit too, man. It ain't
Check them out.
Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. A Toast with Shay Black. Black, BLACQ. He doing some real good things over there, man. I'm really feeling that shit. And like, you know what I mean? You know, they got the little poetry thing going on, man. They real educational, man. They real like they real.
They a
conscious.
motherfucking vibe.
Yeah, they real conscious over there, man. It's something. Go check them boys out, man. I definitely got to give my boy a shout out, man. That's all the way from the motherfucking 10th grade, baby. You know I'm not gonna let you run dry like that, man. I'm definitely giving you that bitch.
And they conscious over there. But we ignorant as hell over here. And I'm going to start you off with my ignorant ass thoughts.
I was about to say, nigga, hey, let's get to the...
Let me, I got y'all family. Let's get this out the way. Y'all family.
That's
all
what
right?
it is.
When we doing this right here, this ain't no different than kicking it with the motherfucking folks.
Hey, that's what it is, man.
And folks, let me tell you something.
That's what it is.
My sister got a dog, and I hate that motherfucker.
Oh, goddamn shit.
The motherfucker like sniffing my ass. I hate the shit. I be wanting to beat the motherfucker ass. The other day, I almost hit the nigga like he was a nigga on the street that just spit on me, disrespecting my mama on her front porch and shit. Like,
you know what that is? Hey, bro, what that is that dog like Cocoa Puffs. It smells some Cocoa Puffs. You had a couple Cocoa Puffs still left up in there.
It might have been some dingleberries lurking. Ain't no telling.
Yeah, it was like where Jones at. The boy's potent.
But no, man, like,
no, we talking shit.
This motherfucking dog, like, it's cool, but it do shit that irk me, and that's one of them things. I just be on chill. I'll be in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying, making me some noodles. Next thing you know, I got a nose going up my ass. Like, hey, nigga, I rock your shit. Hold on. Hey. Nigga, I ain't dropped the soap. Get out of it. Leave me alone.
Hey, we talk about sisters' dogs, right? Can I take you back one time?
Take me back.
Okay, I'm about to put you on the airplane. So look, let me let this shit fly. Okay, so we stayed on Puritan and North Line, right?
Yeah.
My sister had two dogs. China. I can't remember the other dog name. I'm sorry, Asia. China was all white. So she ended up moving in with us. Both of them was pit bulls, full grown.
Mm-hmm.
Full grown. They used to protecting the shit out of her motherfucking ass. So she goes, when she comes over there, meet you, come in the backyard so they can get familiar with you. You know what I'm saying? In case you gotta feed them while I'm not here, whatever. Okay,
Right.
cool. Bet. So she's in the backyard with me. We got them running loose right now.
Mm-hmm.
So then she, I don't know what the fuck she was thinking about, decides to go in the house. I'm standing by the back door. I was gonna go in with her, but I'm like, nah. All right, I'm gonna stay out here. Shit, man, it ain't nothing but the backyard. This is a couple pit bulls. It's cool.
Right.
She walks in the house. The screen door closes. Both of them start growling at me with that look.
Come here. I kiss you, you orange flavor mother.
Like, bitch, I'm about to beat your ass. What the fuck? What is
Nigga.
you doing here?
As I commence to turning around, I hear them nails hitting the concrete. I dove over the gate. I mean, whole body touched nothing. You.
Superman out now, what are you?
Spider-Man roll onto the ground. Boom. Stood right back up, nigga. It's not a pinched nerve or soul hurt, nothing. Them motherfuckers is at the gate.
It might be some shit in them drawers.
And no, nothing. She comes back out, meet you, what you do. I didn't do shit. You went in the house. These are your dogs. I don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers starve to death. I'm not feeding shit unless they on the chain. They on the chain. They better be in the doghouse when I come out there with the food. Because obviously, these are your dogs. They don't like nobody but you.
Yep.
I'm not doing that shit. What, I'm about to get my ass chewed out doing you a favor? No, man. Hey, take care of your kids. R.I.P. both of them dogs, man. Trying to hunger herself over the fence. Trying to hop the fence, trying to get at another nigga. Crazy ass motherfucking dogs.
Man, that's some shit there. I hate having dogs. I never wanted this little motherfucker. Like, we got two. This one is a pit bull, some bloodline, a pit bull.
So it could be Bullmaster or American Bulldog.
Whatever the fuck it is, the motherfucker can't be outside because his fur is too thin and the motherfucker get to freezing and shit.
Nigga, how the fuck did y'all end up with a dog that's anemic?
Exactly. We got a motherfucking dog that's anemic. You walk it with a sweater.
Right. What the fuck?
You walk it with a sweater.
You know what but you know what that is?
That bullshit.
Yeah. And how old is this dog?
I think it's going on about 3-4 months. Something like
3-4 months? Okay, no, that's fine. So what you do is look, okay, so when y'all feed that dog, start cracking a raw egg, stirring it around in the dog food. That make that coat nice, thick, and healthy.
That coat not gonna get no thicker. It's all a part of the bloodline.
We'll try it.
Cause
egg,
if I could tell you what the bloodline is,
it would make more sense.
It would make more sense. The best I could do is show you a picture.
Mm-hmm.
But the motherfucker, he a strong, healthy dog. He just irritating in the motherfucker.
It's not even just raw egg. Because some dogs, okay, if you don't start them off with the raw eggs for their coat, because that eggs is really good for dogs. Like that is like the most healthiest thing. That's why you see some people, they feed their dog eggs. But like some dogs, they can't fuck with the whole sliminess of the raw egg. So you might have to scramble the eggs up and put it into their dog food with them. As long as they get those eggs in there, that protein and that calcium that comes from the eggs, it is great for them. And then like, if you add like a little bit of the shell, that's good for their bone marrow.
Mm.
But they also have a certain oil that you can buy for a dog's bones marrow. It's like even fish oil.
Okay.
If you mix a little fish oil, that's also good for the dogs as well.
Well, you're going to have to send me a clip of this episode of you saying everything you just said, because I don't give a damn about that goddamn dog. It could die tomorrow, and I celebrate like I'm on Mardi Gras.
Listen, I want to tell you something about a clip that was in this episode that I just posted with O Wells. Not the audio one, but the clip in the visual episode when he was talking about the basketball game. And he was talking about how on the way home, his pops was talking to him about, not being afraid of no man, this, that. And you know what I'm saying? He was young. Nigga, I had to throw that fucking clip in from the wood when goddamn old boy from South Carolina fired on Stacy. I had to throw that clip in that bitch.
Oh, man. That's some shit. Hey, the wood was my shit. Hey, now that you bring that up, that was my shit.
The wood was the shit, nigga.
My niggas say, I just think she purty.
Let's get it. She just purty. Nigga.
Hey, that warmed that little, I was about to say that little bitch. I said it anyway. It warmed a little bitch harder.
Hey, nigga. And then so I've been watching this shit on Prime Video called The Feed.
Mm.
That is a good ass fucking show. It's basically about this man that came up with a chip to insert in people.
Okay.
That where everything on your cell phone, you don't need your cell phone for. Like doing live videos or recording videos, talking to people, this, that. It's all right there on the mind. So you can go in there. So the first like half of the season, you would think he has 2 sons. Because, him and his wife got 2 kids.
Okay.
But when he's about to die, he tells the older son, which the younger son has always been jealous of, like, why do dad treat you different than he treat me? Like, why are you the special kid? It's because the younger son is not his baby.
Mm.
He, what I'm saying? They had whatever, whatever they did, had going on, whatever. But that's not his son.
Mm.
So the dad treated him like that. Like, you're not my child type deal.
Yeah.
And he told the older son, he never told the younger one.
Mm.
And when he tried to, he did it so goddamn harsh that the younger boy thought that it was just the dad being the asshole.
Mm.
Then he finds out, when it's time for the will reading, why this son was being treated like that. Because in the will reading, it said to my one son.
Mm-hmm.
And all that little good shit.
Ooh, excuse me.
But so like fast forward into like the basically the premise of the show.
Right.
Was the younger son, like when everybody got these chips in their head and they live in life, everything is Gucci. That son decides to try to create a black market program where somebody that worked from the office, he had fantasies about because he wanted to fuck her, but he didn't have the whereabouts to like approach her and try to take her on a date and find out what she's like. You know what I'm saying?
Or the wherewithal.
Yeah, wherewithal. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Of approaching the girl.
Okay.
So instead, he made a digital copy of her. When he did that with a black market program, it fucked up some of the people's chips to make it seem like they was going crazy.
Mm.
because they had this corrupted data inserted into their chip, which unveiled that the dad was doing more than just chipping these people for the money, like for the big market of selling this shit to everybody. He's seeing how much money that all of these big companies was making off of his idea, and he wanted to kind of like put an end to all of these people taking advantage of all these other people that just wanted, you know what I'm saying, this service, and they're basically giving up everything they own just for this service. So he was working on a thing to where it would be embedded into people's DNA, to where it would shut down the big market of all of these companies making all this money off people, to it being a genetic thing to where you don't even need the chip, it's in your DNA. Like, so with that being done, it was shut down those big companies, but it was also still making him money.
Okay. Damn.
But with that corrupted data, his actual son started, you know what I'm saying, because his actual son was the first one out of these, what you find out later on, 4.7 million people to have a baby, and the baby is online, is what they called it.
Okay.
The baby is online through DNA. And he was pissed about it because he's like, my wife almost killed herself trying to get this chip out of this baby, that when they cut my baby open and there's no chip in there. This was at a whole little dinner thing they had. And so the dad had to come clean. So the son came up with a plot on how to get the dad to expose himself without him having to do it. So what he did was he turned on his fucking recorder while his dad is giving him the whole runabout and saying all of this shit like he was a fucking god. Because that's what he looked at himself as being a god to all of these people, because he feel like he's saving them money. Because they don't have to give up everything they own for their children to be able to do the same thing that they're doing with this technology. So what that ended up doing was that ended up ruining his daddy's career, where he got banned from being online to where he had to go all the way back to the beginning drawing boards, where he had like a little headset on and all of this stuff. And his dad ended up passing before like they could really get the information they was trying to get from him, because the dad ended up going back to the office because it was a major part of this whole operation.
What is this called?
The feed. It was a major part of this whole operation.
I gotta check this shit out.
Yeah, this shit was good.
This shit wild as fuck.
It's a major part of this whole operation that nobody had access to but him, because he did it through the feed so he did it all through his mind and saved all of his brain data to a whole nother server that they don't have access to. But when he passed, he gave his son access to that. So his son ended up with certain answers that they didn't have. And that shit was going crazy because his wife was trying to pick up the pieces as soon as he got fired, was trying to make this thing better and trying to fix everything that he did. Then he passed. The wife thinks it's a lost cause, but he has access to it. So he got to digging through shit. Like, I didn't even finish the first season. But that shit is so fucking deep. That shit is crazy.
So this ain't even like the whole show. This is just one season you talking about.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. And the shit is crazy than the motherfucker. Like, that shit is wild. And it's crazy. So like, it also, like with that chip thing, you also have, you know, that group of people, the resistance, which is a group of people who is not part of the chip shit.
Right. Okay.
So one part of the resistance is they got the chip, but they're resistant against it. So they found things to like distort the feed.
Mm.
Then you have, I don't know if it's a whole group because so far all I have is one lady. Her part of the resistance is not getting the chip at all. So like
Right.
So like when some major shit was going down, like when the son was exposing the pops, she's actually in the airport because the son and the wife was supposed to come from London to America. They was trying to get away from all of that. So she's in the airport with their baby because she's supposed to be meeting them at the terminal. Neither one of them is there. Neither one of them is fucking there because the wife is part of the resistance while the husband, which is the son, is part of trying to fix this whole situation that then with the corrupted data. So while she's in the airport going on the little moving floor,
right,
nobody is looking. Everybody is looking to the sky going like these, right? And she knows they're watching something. So she's trying to get anybody's attention. Hey, what's going on? What are y'all seeing? What's going on? What are y'all seeing? Nobody is saying nothing because they're all into the feed because my man's is being exposed. So that shit was wild as fuck. So she ends up giving the baby back to the husband. So the husband, you know what I'm saying? While the wife is doing what she's doing, the husband, he basically has the baby, right? He got her on a little strap, you know what I'm saying? A little strap holder in the front.
Okay.
They're in the office. The wife and the resistance is they ended up breaking into the whole headquarters. And what they was trying to do was expose the financial aspect of what this chip is doing. And trying to show the world that this is a financial gain type thing and trying to expose that portion. But they made a mistake in the process of doing it. They dug too deep and they ended up doing a whole countrywide blackout. When they did the blackout, now a lot of the jail cells, because when they was trying, because during the time of them finding out who all, you know, those millions of people that was all infected with the corrupted data, they've been locking them in cells, which is electronical cells.
Okay.
When the blackout happened, the cells is opening up. Now, this blackout was caused behind the wife and her resistance, not knowing that the husband has the daughter, and they're in the headquarters down there with the cells trying to find out, hey, if anybody know anything, like if they have a pinch of the information, help us out so we can solve this and we can let you all go. We can fix you guys' chip and, you know what I'm saying, release y'all. Blackout happens, cells start opening. All these people are still fucking crazy. They start taking over. Almost kills the husband and the kid. They ended up, you know what I'm saying, weaseling their way out of it, making it back to the crib. She comes walking in the door. He's like, what the fuck did you do? Because he already knew she was part of that resistance thing. He wasn't mad at her about being part of that because when she first joined that whole thing, he was just like, well, yeah, I'm kind of resisting against my pops too because I found out what he was doing. And this is fucked up that he didn't tell us and now this is in our child. That was his whole grief with his pops. So she come in the house. He asked, like, what the fuck did you do? She didn't know that him and the baby was down there with the people. He done broke it down to her. Like, nigga, when the shit went south, nigga, we was down there. You almost got your baby killed.
I know I've been quiet for a minute.
Cause this shit
wild. This shit deep. You Like it's two things. Like this shit remind me of. It's like a combination of You ever seen Babylon AD? I think that's the name.
I've heard of it. Yeah, Babylon. Yeah, I've heard of it, but no.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, right.
It's like a combination of that and Homefront. You remember that game?
Y'all watch me beat it. What do you mean? Y'all
Nigga,
watch me beat it in the process.
Because I was just about to go into, nigga, you better remember it.
Yeah, y'all watch me beat that bitch.
It's like a combination of that shit, though. Like, that shit. Bruh, but go, man.
So look, peep this. She has the nerve to fuck around and catch an attitude and go, I'm just going to bed. And he's like, yes, go to sleep. Yeah, like she had the nerve to catch an attitude with him about him being mad that they was down there when the blackout happened and a lot of people got killed. Like a lot of people got killed. Cause like the show, like leading up to it, like it's not really showing action. It's more showing like a deep ass story. Like you would get like a little bit of action here and there, but once this shit happened, it was like an action packed episode. I mean, guns is blazing.
I know that like this, I'm connecting it, but I know it ain't got too much of like to do with what we talking about. But like how you say that action is, I was just explaining to somebody that that's how Sons of Anarchy is.
I can understand that. Cause I told you, I watched like the first 7. I got to where the chronic masturbator.
That shit is hilarious.
That's where I left off at.
Nah, yeah.
That's how
I was explaining to my brother that shit. Like, what I was saying to him that if you don't watch that shit from the very first episode, like you just start watching it from any random episode, it's gonna seem kind of boring because you don't have a backstory for one. Yeah. And two, you don't really understand where the bullshit started.
So look, let me cut you one time.
Go right ahead.
So Sons of Anarchy, that one, I went straight to the beginning, right?
Right.
At that point in time in my life, yeah, that's what I was on. It has to go. Okay, I've heard all of this. Mind you, by this time there was 6 seasons in, I believe, because I can't remember how many seasons they had.
They had 8.
Yeah, so I was 6 seasons in because I know I didn't catch the last couple ones, but I went straight back to the beginning and I started binge watching.
Okay.
I started binge watching. Now, we go fast forward. When it came to Game of Thrones.
Nah, I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
So, I didn't watch Game of Thrones for the first... They had 8 seasons. I didn't watch it for the first 7 seasons, right?
Okay.
But what I was doing was... I was listening to the Black Guy Who Tips. Shout out to y'all. Every Wednesday... During the seasons, they would do a recap episode. But you know what I'm saying? These 2 black people, they was putting that nigga Twist on there. That's, you know what I'm saying? My man's Rodimus Prime and his wife. We can say that again. You know, Queen K. They was doing a recap. So, like, I was in it. Like, the way they recapped that shit, oh, with that nigga Twist on there and them jokes, oh, that shit was killing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's one episode they get to. It's with, I want to say the Red Wedding. No, it was a big war that went on. It was a big war that went on where they ended up killing some giants and shit.
Okay.
So, I went back. I watched that episode. That was part of season 7. I went back and watched that episode. That episode was good as fuck. So now, That was the only episode I watched. Season 7 ends. Between season 7 and season 8 was a 1.5 year time span. Because they was waiting on the writer to finish some book he was writing for it.
Okay.
But he didn't finish in time, whatever. So they put out season 8. I can't remember the backstory. If y'all know, you know what I'm saying, y'all know. But that 1.5 years, I'll say it took about 4 months. I cleared all 7 seasons. I mean, me and Maxine is watching maybe like 5 episodes a day. Hour episodes. Finales, 1.5 hours. But we're in that shit. To where when we finish that season, when we finished that last season, season 7, it was like we spent so much time in there, we forgot everything else that was on TV. We was like, well, what do we watch now?
Ooh, I know that feeling. I know that motherfucking feeling.
Yeah, like what else is on TV? Like, because we've been so into this, like, what else is there? Because, like, I didn't even think she would be into, like, that kind of, like, Dungeons and Dragons type shit. Me, I'm nerding out on this shit. Because you got knights. First off, there's no guns at all. It's all sword.
Facts.
So you got knights. You got fucking dragons. You got spells. You got this. You got that.
You got magic, swords, and all that.
And I should have known she was into all that because she is a Harry Potter fan.
Right. Yeah.
But I didn't fucking connect it to it. It was just like, nigga, come on, let's watch this. And we just in it.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah, you should have known that though.
Nigga, she beat all of them Harry Potter games on Nintendo Wii.
Cause nigga, Harry Potter, you can either go to Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. Nigga. They both along the same lines.
And neither one of us was a Lord of the Rings people.
Yeah, I'm not into Dungeons and Dragons and shit.
Yeah.
So
neither am I. But if visually, if you got the good fucking CGI, I'm in it. You got me.
Right. Nah, that feeling that you was talking about, I've had that feeling before. However, nigga, you warned me that I was gonna have this feeling with the show.
What show was it?
Luke Cage.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
You motherfucking warned me.
My
now
kids
look, hold on.
Cringe when I say Sweet Christmas.
Dude, here's what's crazy about that shit. My nigga, I'm at work and this nigga is telling me about this show. Nigga, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna check it out when I get to the crib and shit. Nigga, I'm off tomorrow. Nigga, I can watch a few episodes and really get a feel for what I'm looking at and shit. Man, let me tell y'all something. I binge watched that damn near that whole season.
Yeah.
And you told me not to do that. This nigga specifically told me, he was like, nigga, look, when you watch the first episode, this was season motherfucking 1. Yeah. There was no season 2. Season motherfucking 1. This nigga say, look, when you watch this shit, you're gonna get attached. Nigga, when you watching this shit, try to leave yourself some episodes to watch. Don't binge watch it. Because when you watch all the way to the end, you gonna have a feeling of, nigga, what do I do from here?
Nigga, because season 1 was so good, they started that first half off with this fucking villain. And they ran that bitch so fucking tough. You thought that villain was the villain for the whole season. And then you get to episode 6 and he done. And then the next villain comes in.
He called her! That nigga is different.
The next villain comes in and hit you with the whole, nigga, we can handle this shit like gentlemen, or we can go to some street shit.
No. That was still Cottonmouth.
That was still Cottonmouth. Nigga, my favorite shit. Cottonmouth was the truth.
From Diamondback. is the second nigga.
Yes.
My favorite shit from Diamondback is when he's sitting here. They didn't. This is like second to the last episode, like one of the along the last 3 episodes or whatever. They done took over. What was the club Cottonmouth on? That they took over that club or whatever.
I can't remember.
And they had these niggas hostage in that bitch. And they was pretending that they was Luke Cage holding niggas hostage.
Mm-hmm.
And he in there talking to Shades. And Shades is trying to tell this nigga, hey, bro, you want some wild shit. He like, nigga, what make you think I'm on some wild shit? He said, because Shades like, nigga, I'm thinking clear-headed. Diamondback, nigga, you think I'm not? He said, look, what did he say? He said, like, nigga, I may be spitting off the dome, but nigga, I ain't had a missed line yet. Nigga!
Let's get it.
That was the coolest shit ever to me.
Man, let's get it. Nigga.
Man.
The Luke Cage season 1 was the truth.
It was the motherfucking truth. And not just on y'all created a great show, but as black men.
See, look, this is where your excitement came in at, though. Was the fact of I took it as you didn't know who Luke Cage was before this shit happened. And I kept telling you, like, no, nigga, you need to wait for the wedding. I remember I kept telling you, like, I'm waiting on that wedding episode. Because that wedding episode, now they tried to redo that with the whole Flash, the DC shit.
Right.
Because during that time, when they was doing the comic books, DC and Marvel was basically just taking each other's ideas and they was just using their own characters for it. So DC did that. Matter of fact, Rick and Morty also did that.
Rick and Morty is my shit.
They also you remember that? You remember that wedding? How everybody got the, you know what I'm saying? How the feds crashed that bitch and everybody got to die. DC did that with the whole, you know what I'm saying? They did with the Arrow and Superwoman, how they had, and the Flash, how they had all their shows.
Right.
Marvel never got a chance to do that because Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, they was the original ones that got married. And that wedding was a fucking bloodbath.
The original wedding.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That wedding was a fucking bloodbath.
I want to get into that Jessica Jones shit. Go ahead.
The only reason I know that is because Bull used to, this nigga had a trunk. Like a literal nigga, we talking 1983 trunk with the lock on that bitch. Long, big ass, full of comic books. So, like me and Lando was touching on about his video game.
Right. Okay.
Bull will let me play his game. But he will say, leave my comic books alone.
Yeah, you can't touch them.
Me, being a little nigga.
Yep, you gon' get in there. You gon' dabble.
It's just me and you, Bull. I want to be into what you into. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm touching your comic books.
You little brother. Yup, you are little brother.
I'm touching your comic books. Nigga.
See, I ain't got a brother.
This nigga, I'm talking about like he had the regular thin comic books, then he had them thick ass ones that was like novels.
Nigga, graphic novels, that's what they called them. They called them graphic novels.
Nigga, I came across the wedding, nigga, and mind you, I'm not even reading the dialogue. I'm just looking at the pictures like, this fucking wedding, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck? Like, god damn.
Nah, we done talked about, we talked about how that Luke Cage left me feeling after I done binge watched the damn near the whole season. Mm-hmm. I did end up looking at the whole season. I want to say it was 12 episodes in that season.
Yes.
I watched 9 episodes in one fucking night.
Yeah, and then you could try to leave yourself the little cup nigga.
Oh, I fucked up. But what you did was you opened the motherfucking door. No, actually, you didn't do it. I did it. I did it. I opened the motherfucking door because I didn't listen to what your advice was, which was don't watch all that shit. Leave yourself something.
Mm-hmm.
So after watching the whole season, I'm like, nigga, I need more. I need more. And now I'm realizing Netflix got separate stories that all connect to this nigga.
Yep. Exactly.
So it led me to Jessica Jones.
Yep.
And you had already watched that.
Because, nigga, the reason I told you don't do it all is because I did it. That was the reason I told you don't do it all.
And that was the part I left out. Because he definitely told me that he did that. He did it.
I did it.
Man, look.
And then when I seen Jessica Jones pop up, I said, yes, nigga. Listen.
Just for to see the Jessica Jones pop up for me, Jessica Jones came out before Luke Cage did.
And you didn't even know that they was intertwined.
Didn't know.
Because, like you said, you knew nothing about Luke Cage. If you knew about Luke Cage, you knew about Jessica Jones because that was his wife. Like, that wedding still happened even though it was a bloodbath. And they also had a son.
Hold on. Let me clear it up real quick. I knew that they were intertwined as far as Marvel goes. But as far as that story with Luke Cage, I just never thought about that.
So, now, I got some questions for you getting to the Jessica Jones. Because you seen how she had the strength and all of that.
Right.
So, then, when you seen she started hooking up with Luke Cage.
And he was fucking the shit out of her for the first 5 episodes.
Busting walls. Now, I'm not even talking about pussy walls, nigga. I mean,
they were knocking down real walls.
Nigga.
They were knocking down real walls.
What nigga you know gonna keep pumping through drywall? You know what I mean?
Nigga.
Like, but that's why, like, I'm like, so when I got on Jessica Jones and I'm like, and I seen Luke Cage, I said, bet. Like, nigga, I know I'm about to get a visual of the fucking wedding with the dialogue and everything. Like, and then, like, they broke up. And I'm like, I don't remember that part because I never read that part. I looked, when I got into the Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, it was just, they was getting married. They already had the son.
Mm-hmm.
So then when they got the fucking, I said, oh, he about to get this bitch pregnant. Me on my hood rat shit. This nigga ain't pull out on the first go round. No, nigga, they were casual.
They was fucking.
So when season 2 came around of Jessica Jones, do you know how disappointed I was in that season? When they made the whole season about her going with her, I'm like, damn.
See, here's a difference of opinion here. Because I love that second season.
I couldn't stand it.
Because, and this is the reason why I love the second season. Because the way the first season went, you had no idea who Jessica Jones was.
Right.
You had no idea.
Unless you already knew of her.
Like, even outside of if you knew of her, just giving you a show.
Right.
You knew nothing about what the character or the picture they were trying to paint. I watch shit different.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from with that because off the simple fact of they started her, she already had her business of a private detective.
She already had her powers, all of that.
And they went through no background.
Nothing.
No background.
You had no idea of how she got her power or nothing. It was just, nigga, she got this power. She feels lonely because she's the only person who has this power.
And she drank like a fucking sailor.
And then she ran into a motherfucker who got a power like her and said, hey, this pussy is available for you.
Let's get it.
Because, nigga, we relate somewhere. Like you had nothing, you knew nothing about her.
But you know what upsets me about the whole situation is that they stopped the fucking production.
Nah, that's some contract bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with the actors. It was them on some bullshit.
Yeah. You know that's background shit.
Yeah, that's background shit. That was some bullshit. But as far as what they put out, I loved it. And I feel like it was all put out the way that it should have. And then hold on, let me add to it.
Yeah, because I got a question for you.
When you bring in what's his name? Blind dude. I can't think of Daredevil. When you bring in Daredevil.
I didn't watch none of his shit. Oh, I watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Boy, when you bring in Daredevil.
That's the same thing fucking Jay Ron told me. He said, nigga, what the fuck do you mean?
Exactly. When you bring in Daredevil and you realize Daredevil is the key to all of the shit. He's the key to Iron Man. He's the key to Luke Cage. He's the key to Jessica Jones. He brings all of that. There's no Defenders without Daredevil.
Exactly.
When you look at just the first,
that brings to
I'm too excited, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's cool, man. Hey, this what we do, man.
I might end up watching this shit tonight while you're bullshitting. Like,
this what we do, man. This is what get us going.
I'm gonna try to stick to I'm gonna stick to the Jessica Jones shit.
Because I got a question that's gonna have to do with the phases of the movies. And I have a question for you that, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Do you want me to ask it or you want to keep going?
Go ahead and ask.
Okay, so my question is, so now DC fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get to the question, DC fucked up.
How you feel they fucked up?
Because they had this hit fucking show on CW with the Flash that played the Flash perfectly. And then when it came to the Justice League movie, they did not cast the man who played the Flash all these years before y'all made this movie to play the fucking Flash.
Okay. Yep.
Which, and y'all knew y'all had a shit fucking movie when it came to the Justice League. Y'all knew that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all probably didn't know that shit, but nigga, y'all knew that shit. I'm gonna say that right fucking now. And I'm zooming in on my face. You knew that shit, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think Marvel will make the same mistake on when? Because I feel like it's gonna happen where they're gonna get to bringing in Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and all of these other characters. They have copyrights too. They have the rights too. If they start to bring them into the Avengers movie, the same way they kept the young nigga that played Spider-Man, do you think they're gonna keep these series actors to play this Luke Cage, this Jessica Jones?
Nah, I wanna make another comment. I wanna make a quick comment real quick. Now, all of this shit with all of these shows revolves around which Marvel movie was it? Was it the first?
No, because
you know the incident. When they talk about the incident.
Oh, okay. Because when you say the first, I'm going back to
no. I'm talking about like
because they can bring Blade into that, and they can bring V for Vendetta.
They could bring but the incident as a whole. Was around which one of the Marvel movies? Because I know it was like a 2-part Marvel movie. They had a part 2 to it or something like that.
Well, you know, it's all a continuous story.
But it was around whatever Marvel movie was out during that time. I forgot the name. Was it Endgame?
No, Endgame was the end of one of the phases. Because you got Endgame, you have the Avengers.
It was the first Avengers movie.
Right. And that was with Locust.
Right. The incident is when they speak of the incident, they're talking about the first Marvel movie.
When Locust opened up the portals or some shit like that.
Right.
I think that was Locust. I mean,
all of these shows, like all of these shows, they branch off that movie to say we live in a world now where we have these special evolved people.
Yeah.
And
see,
we don't.
All of that.
We got to learn how to coincide with them.
All of that is about to change with these next phases because now they have the rights to the X-Men finally. Sony finally released that shit. So now they can say the word mutant and stuff like that. So now you're going to have X-Men. Because I also think that Avengers game, I bought it. And what they did in that and with the character they had you play as, it seems like that is a connection towards leading into bringing the X-Men in. Because on that game, the Avengers was, I didn't beat the game, mind you. But at the beginning of the game, you had, it still led off like the movie thing. And then you had an explosion that generated all of these mutants around, you know what I'm saying? Like a huge radius.
Right.
And they don't know who all the mutants is.
Okay.
And it was just like regular people getting affected by this. That's how I think they're going to bring the X-Men in to coincide with what they've already been doing. But at the same time, I think low-key, as phases go on with the Marvel, I think they is going to start because they're trying to find a new Blade. Because they was in talks of a new Blade movie coming out. It was going to have Wesley Snipes in it, but he was not going to be Blade.
Okay.
And
I can respect that.
And I think that they're trying to like rewrite some of the stuff that they've already been doing.
Right.
And fix, and not fix, but like alter the things to where the shit will go where it can continue on with the story where they can bring all
I'm sorry, y'all, if it's a lot of feedback. I'm drunk.
No, it ain't a lot. I hear it. So, I believe that, I do believe the pandemic slowed it down.
Yeah.
Because they were on a roll on implementing all of these other copyrights they got.
Right.
And bringing them to the big screen. I'm just hoping that they don't switch the actors as far as like Luke Cage because it's been so long. Like, so people are aging. So if you're going to change up the Luke Cage, well, change it up, but, be kind of like accurate with it. Make sure it's like a good actor. You know what I mean? Like, don't go, well, Terry Crews didn't age that well. We can make him the Luke Cage for the big screen. Terry Crews also has a lot of cancellations and dramas behind itself that could really hurt your movie.
See, now you thinking about the same thing I was thinking about because all of these people that they got for these movies, they were already up there in age when they started this.
Right. That's why I was saying, like, they may have to switch it up for some younger people. And it's just like how with Black Panther goes, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Chadwick. But Patrick Cloud.
Shout out
Pat. He made a good point. Black Panther is really just the Lion King.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even see Black Panther, and I know that.
Wait a minute. What? Wait,
damn it!
Motherfucking!
I just destroyed my blackness.
Motherfucking goddamn some bitch minute.
Can we cut that out?
No, we will not. Because we're gonna address this. You mean to fucking tell me you have not seen the Black Panther movie? You got, matter of fact, fuck watching those shows tonight. Our next episode, we will be talking about the Black Panther movie. I've seen it multiple times. You are gonna go do this research. You are gonna go watch this Black Panther fucking movie. Because first off, Michael B. Jordan act his goddamn ass off.
All right, look.
Not only Michael B. Jordan, it's a nigga in there. I don't even know who the fuck his name was, but there's a big ass black nigga in there. He showed his ass in that movie. And goddamn it, if I seen his face in another movie, if it pop up on the thumbnail, I'm watching it.
All right, look. In my defense, I'm a renegade for life.
Nigga, watch Black Panther. I don't give a fuck about the renegade.
Look. Y'all need to understand why I've never watched this movie.
I understand perfectly. It was a big deal.
You know me.
Yeah, it was a huge fuss. But me telling you from a person who watched
I'm gonna watch it. I'm going to watch it.
I'm gonna tell you this. Me from a person who's watched it multiple times, that huge fuss, it was called for. It was, I mean, like, because you don't get just a superhero, this black superhero, he's just gonna save the fucking day. No, nigga, like, he got his ass whooped. It's a large portion of the movie he's not even in. It's basically how when Batman got his back broke and he was basically shit for a large portion of the movie and he had to gain his confidence back.
Yeah.
It was that kind of deal, but
we talked about that movie. I don't even.
Yeah, but what you do is take Marvel's aspect of it with how good Marvel does their movies.
Yeah. Of course,
and implement that kind of sequence into the movie. Where, I mean, it's people that watch this movie and you will literally have a separation, a division. And everybody watches this exact same movies, right? This exact same movie. And you will literally have people that followed Michael B. Jordan and was like,
Killmonger was that nigga.
He was right.
Yeah.
He was fucking right. Like, everything he said, he didn't say nothing that was villainous and like, he's trying to destroy this shit. Like, no. What he was saying is fucking right.
Like, okay,
and
so
Black Panther was not. But then you have a whole nother section of people that goes, I'm not going to deny anything Killmonger said, but the way he went about it, I can understand why Black Panther went up against it.
So this is basically the black version of The Matrix.
Yes.
Because I love The Matrix.
Yeah. But
I love it.
But then you have to show like how in The Matrix, how you have Neo and he surpassed the agents so much and he surpassed all of that stuff to where
no. He never surpassed Smith.
No.
Okay, well, continue with what you were saying then.
With Black Panther, now, so it's no superhero aspect. It's the arts and the majestic rock that gave you those powers. Him and Killmonger has the same thing. Killmonger also has the same suit. So how, you know, Black Panther suit like absorbed all of that stuff. So the Killmongers.
Okay.
So the movie is basically Black Panther versus Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
But both of them have two different mindsets.
And that's what The Matrix is.
But
The Matrix is Neo versus Neo.
What defined the end of the movie was Killmonger mindset stopped him from actually winning the actual physical fight.
The same way that Smith's mindset stopped him from winning the actual fight.
So when you watch that, it's good because you really don't even think that Black Panther is gonna win. And also, so since that stuff can be passed down and stuff like that, because Killmonger in that movie, he basically...
See, now that's where the difference is with The Matrix and Black Panther. Because with The Matrix, there was no winner.
Oh, Killmonger won.
Yeah, like...
Midway through the movie, Killmonger won and got... Because that's where the whole infamous line of, "Oh, is this your king?" came from. Because Killmonger beat Black Panther and took over. Then Black Panther had to, get his shit together and come back.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
You definitely do. You definitely do. Because Black Panther 2, because before Black Panther 2, they was in development of the movie against just the Warriors. Because the Warriors played a huge part in the movie. All the women in the fucking boy, huge part in the movie. Like without them, Black Panther wouldn't have came back. So they had a plan on making a movie just about them, and then they kind of switched it to a TV series, but I think they switched back to a movie. I'm not 100% sure now that, Chadwick had passed. But the last thing I've heard, it may have changed by now, but the last thing I've heard is they're going to bring Michael B. Jordan back, and he's going to end up being the new Black Panther. Because even though he died in the first one, they don't really show him die. It was like Bishop in Juice. You see him fall into the darkness type deal. So if they bring Michael B. Jordan back to be the Black Panther, and it'd be like a whole Vegeta type deal with Dragon Ball Z, where how he started off super evil, but then he came over and he realized Goku's fucking mission on what he was trying to do. It could be one of those.
Here's where the cerebral me comes in, because you brought up Vegeta.
Go ahead. But so, that's the best analogy I can give to it, because Killmonger was bad. Then if you want to bring him back, then you know what I'm saying. So
here's the thing, because I'm not necessarily staying on subject. I'm kind of switching. But
we got 19 minutes though.
With Vegeta, in his character as a whole, there is no Goku without Vegeta, and there is no Goku and Vegeta without Frieza.
Exactly. Hey, whew. Hey, shit, nigga. You think we should get into that? Because we got some Dragon Ball Z. We got a whole DBZ nerd out.
I want to nerd out. I really want to nerd out.
We ain't gonna be able to get all of that.
We not.
We're gonna have to say that, because we definitely got to get into the DBZ.
Oh my God, because because I want to nerd out on the Matrix, and I want to nerd out on the DBZ.
So we we got both of them in the pocket, and then also I got a show I want you to go back and I want you to watch the season of, right? So that'll give us enough time to nerd out on both of them, because that's just, you know what I'm saying, back of the head knowledge, right? I want you to go watch one of my favorite animes. Now, it's English, you know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about the whole, you know what I'm saying, dub or not dub, whatever. Soul Eaters. Do you have Netflix?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Go watch Soul Eaters, beginning to end. We have to talk about that. Mind you, okay, so Soul Eaters. Do you remember when I kept posting pictures about this guy, right? He had a black tuxedo on, 2 pistols. His hair, one side was white, one side was black, but then he had 3 perfectly shaped stripes in his head. And and it was like a little goofy looking skulls and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, all that little shit.
Okay.
That's from Soul Eaters. That dude was Kid Death. He was the Grand Reaper's son. Soul Eaters is, so you have this plectrum of people, right? And some of them, they had people around them. Well, no, everybody had people around them. So like how me and you sitting here, say I was the main character, right? And say my weapon I used was a sword on fire. Villain comes in. You would turn, like me and you, we all this together. You would turn into that sword on fire. You were my weapon. We would defeat the enemy, then you will go back to your human form. Kid Death, Kid Reaper, whatever the fuck is, I can't remember his fucking name. This was my show though. His thing was basically OCD. Everything had to be perfect. If he see a square that's not perfectly squared, he would fucking flip out and lose his mind. His thing was 2 Desert Eagles. He rode a skateboard. His thing was 2 Desert Eagles. He always kept 2 women around him that had bikinis on. When it was time to fight, those 2 women would turn into each one of his Desert Eagles.
Ooh, shit. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta watch this.
The main character was a girl. She didn't know what was happening to her, but she just knew this one motherfucker was always following her around. And then like when danger comes about, she would blank out. And her weapon was the Grand Reaper's staff. With the big ass blade on it.
The scythe.
Yeah. That was her weapon. That's what she would use. Then it goes towards the end of the season where she recognizes what she is. She knows her powers. And she didn't realize that she had a whole nother power inside of her. So when she's fighting like the main boss, the main villain, she turns into some shit, bro, where it's like she's a fucking demon, spikes coming out, like she's shooting spikes, all of this. But this demon is so fucking powerful, he blows through her final form. So I'm thinking, oh, this is one of those animes where the villain wins. No. This shit does a 360 all the way back around. It showed you her top strength. And then it showed you that wasn't what would beat this fucking enemy. This enemy is so full of hate and evil. You can't beat it with your own hate and fucking evil. You gotta beat it with your fucking love. And she beat that motherfucker with her fucking love in human form.
Now, you want to know what another story, another movie rather, or actually it's technically a 3-part movie, but it's really 2. Ong Bak.
Nigga, you put me on all of them bitches. Ong Bak and The Bodyguard, nigga. Come on now.
Ong Bak has that story of you can't beat evil with evil. You have to beat it with love.
Nigga. But look.
Ong Bak 3.
Right. Now look, I watched Ong Bak 1. Remember, I had that DVD, right?
Nah, Ong Bak 1 has nothing to do with 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to tell you. So, Ong Bak 1. You didn't remember, I had the DVD. I watched it. That was my shit. And you was just like, oh yeah, nigga. But you ain't seen 2 and 3 and this, that, just that. I'm like, no. Then, first off, you did 2 things.
Yes, sir.
One thing was, at that point in time in our lives, because Only reason I say it is because I never went back. I seen absolutely zero dialogue or movie story of none of that, because all we did was sit back a million times and watch all the fight scenes.
Yes.
That's all we did was watch the fight scenes. We skipped through everything else. We watched all the fight scenes.
Yes.
2, you ruined Thai food for me until I actually experienced it my damn self. Because us watching all of them, because they were Thai.
Yeah.
All
The whole Ong Bak is about Muay Thai as a fighting style, the history of it.
But mind you, at this point in time,
Even to the dancing.
my eyes have never been opened up to Thai people. I've never seen anything Thai, and all of them people looked at dirty as fucking shit the same way they looked at black people. And my boy Zach, shout out Zach, he was really into Thai food. Mind you, I'm talking about within the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
He was really into Thai food when I met him. And he kept trying to get me to eat Thai food. And I'm like, no, they're dirty. I'm not eating that shit. One day, we goes to lunch, like, oh, this was bad. Oh, that sounded real bad. Racism, motherfucker. Fuck that. I'm about to show y'all love. So, one day at lunch, he goes, well, the Thai place down the street, I've already had my 5 orders. I have a free meal. So, you buy lunch for me all the time. This time, I'm getting you lunch. It's not even going to cost me. Don't worry about it. We're going to go here. Look at this menu. I said, well, what do you think I should eat? He picks out this fucking rice. Chicken, peas, broccoli, pineapples, mild spice, rice. Yeah, that's what it was. Curry sauce. So it's yellow. So I'm like, all right, well, cool. Fuck it. I eat it.
Right.
Whatever. Shit, it's free to me. I ain't got to spend no money. Best fucking food I've ever ate in my life. You hear that, Thai folks? Best food I've ever ate in my life. From Thai Fortune, Auburn Hills. I give them a complete shout out. All because everybody I took up there, just Maxine, everybody I've ever took up there was like, yes, this is it. That's why, like, I already didn't like Chinese food really like that. But then I started getting back into the Chinese food. But then I had the Thai food and I said I'd never eat Chinese food again. That's why I was biting my goddamn lip so much on that fucking shit that night when me, you, and Maxine got drunk as shit. And I ended up with all the fucking sores on my goddamn lip. Y'all told me don't get that Chinese food. But look, so from there on, I've been trying to find, I've been testing out all these different Thai restaurants. None of them has came close. Like, matter of fact, me and you gonna have to go up there. None of them has came close. And you like spicy food?
Yes.
I'm definitely getting you Thai spicy. Definitely. But, so I did the rice for a while. Then, I'm like, man, what's the clear ass noodles you be eating? I'm like, man, get me them noodles instead of the rice this time. He do, oh my God, so much better. So much fucking better. I learned how to use chopsticks off that shit.
So, I know we on that.
No, it's good. Nigga, I went all the way off mark.
I want to get back into the duality of Ong Bak. The reason why I want to get back into it is because it's a good opener for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
before you do Ong Bak, can we talk about The Bodyguard? No, we ain't got to talk about The Bodyguard. We'll save that for the next episode because that's all in one.
So
the duality of Ong Bak.
So we were talking earlier about how you can't defeat evil with evil. You got to defeat it with love.
Exactly.
So Ong Bak 3. And this is the reason why I love Tony Jaa. I love...
That was his fucking name.
Tony Jaa. And I love Ong-Bak 2 and 3 and the way that he did those two movies. For starters, the story is about a man who grew up with nothing but anger. As a boy, his parents were king. His father was a king. His mother was a queen, of course.
Mm-hmm.
They had a man who was their right hand. He was a snake.
Mm-hmm.
He got them killed and took over their land.
Man, that nigga Flying Knee was fucking impeccable. But go ahead.
Nah. With that happening, he had people that was loyal to his parents. They helped him escape and all that. He ended up running. It was something where like he ended up being in this place where they were selling slaves, and any slaves that they didn't sell, they killed. And the way that they killed them was simple. They held an event. Mm-hmm. The event was, you're going to go up against this alligator, and we know this alligator is going to fucking win, but, you know, we like to see dramatic tragedy.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
He ends up meeting another clan. They're just a clan of assassins. They're hired to kill motherfuckers. These motherfuckers were hired to come into this village, kill everybody there, free the slaves, and the leader of the clan came in when the kid character of Tony Jaa was fighting an alligator. And the leader of the clan gave him a knife and said, you're going to be the decider of your own fate, and threw the knife. And he ended up killing the alligator. Or it might have been a crocodile. Whichever one.
Alligator.
They're in the family.
Tomato.
He killed the motherfucker. So he adopted him as his own son and trained him. But throughout his whole life of training him, he told him, you are built off of anger. Because I know it from my own life experience.
Can I do a callback?
Sure.
That sounds like what fucking... I was about to say Bernie Sanders.
Godly. And that man was mad he was in that cold. But go ahead.
That sounds like what's the name was telling Batman.
Joker?
No. Fucking Butler. What the why?
Oh, Alfred.
Why the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Think of Alfred name.
Yeah. So you're right. You absolutely right.
That sounds exactly like Alfred training Batman to grow up to be this, because that tragedy.
Because what Alfred was doing was trying to keep Batman from killing his fucking self.
Yeah.
He was driven off of that anger. And that's the same way that this dude was doing. He was trying to keep him from being driven by his own anger. Mm-hmm. So the outcome, like throughout the story, through Ong-Bak 2 and 3, he's driven by anger. That's every fight scene that I showed you. It was all fights that started off of him being driven by anger.
Because that nigga was... Dog, that Flying Knee alone.
And this is the beauty of the ending.
That nigga was sagging.
I can tell this ending because y'all probably not going to watch the movie.
Fuck no.
So, him being driven by anger, the duality of the movie or the series itself is there's another character. He's called the Crow. A strictly dark, evil character.
Hey, that motherfucker was cold.
A beast.
Hey, but look, let me tell y'all this right now. We gonna finish this up on the next one, man. Make sure y'all check this shit out. Y'all know the tags, man. Y'all know where to find us. We about to get up out of here because I gotta make a run and I gotta go like right now. This nigga about to get off work in 2 minutes and I'm 20 minutes away.
Much love to y'all. Again, subscribe, notifications, comment, get us out there.
Y'all know it.